Hello, Larrys. It is I, your honorable sensei, and across from me is no one. But we are still your Longturnlarry podcast. And today, we talking about commander brackets. This is a quick update. I don't have the skunk bag with me. Note that the quality will be a little bit lower than usual, but these are our quick recordings. So this will be used for like news and quick updates. So we have the commander bracket beta update, April 22nd, 2025. So this is the fabled unbannings and recalibration of the commander bracket. So let's just skip the stupid stuff and get to what we're trying to get to. Okay. So we'll start with the unbans. The unbans that we got were Gifts Ungiven, Sway of the Stars, Braids, Cabal Minion, Coalition Victory, and Panoptic Mirror were all unbanned. So let's take a look at the cards. We got Gift Ungiven, 3 generic and a blue for an instant. Search your library for up to 4 cards with different names. Reveal them. Target opponent chooses 2 of those. Put those chosen cards to your graveyard. The rest into your hand. Then shuffle. Sort of the argument to Gift Ungivens is we already have another card that is similar. I can't remember the name of it. But it's essentially the same thing, but you search for 3 cards and they give you one. The other 2 go into your graveyard. So, Sway the Stars, 10 mana, reset the game. Do we really need to go more in depth? This card shouldn't have been banned. If you get to cast this card, fun stuff. Sort of like Worldfire. Braids, Cabal Minion. Now, my play group, we call this Alicia Keys. We have already freed Alicia Keys for the 99. Now we officially can play her in the command zone. 2 generic black. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player sacrifices an artifact, creature, or land. This is a 2/2. I guess the things that they're sort of were worried about is you powering out Braids very early and ruining the game for people. But spot removal is so good right now that they get good. That's essentially what they're saying. Hey, single removal spell, get good. Play more single target removal. Coalition Victory. Man, I opened this card in Modern Horizons 2, and I was so pissed that it was unbanned. I could not play it. But again, another 8 mana sorcery that states that you win the game if you have a land of each basic type and a creature of each color. Ooh, 8 mana spells can win the game. Get good. Counterspell. If you know that they're playing this, blow up their commander that's 5 colors or one of the creatures before the spell resolves. And finally, Panoptic Mirror. Again, another very clunky card that can win the game. It gives you a lot of chances to interact. Finally, unbanned. So there are like some honorable mentions about cards that might get unbanned, or cards that the community were looking for to be unbanned. The 3 that surprised to nobody. Well, surprised to some people. Surprised not to me. Were not unbanned. Dockside, Jeweled Lotus, Mana Crypt. My opinion, eventually they might bring back Jeweled Lotus. Mana Crypt and Dockside are done. Like, if you're expecting these to come back, they're not. But let's read here. Many players out there probably immediately scroll down to this long article as quickly as they could discover the fates of these cards. Let's see. I will be transparent and say that I believe if any of these were ever to return, the most likely one is Jeweled Lotus. Due to its one-shot nature, iconic feel, and ability to help support high mana value commanders. I want to be clear, this is not me saying that will ever happen, but among the panel, this one has the most traction. Like I said, Jeweled Lotus is the one most likely to come back because it's not as egregious as Mana Crypt and Dockside. Dockside probably never coming back. I'm sorry, guys. It's never coming back. Future bans. Let's see what they say here. We're just gonna skim through here. I think I remember them saying that hopefully they won't have to ban anything for the rest of the year. So this is our 1 year update, unless there is like a Nadu contingency type card that gets printed. They're gonna try not to make any more bans. Here's everybody who's on the list. Look, everybody. Cool. So they have some cards here that they went over and were like, hey, here's our reasoning. These cards don't need a reasoning. They're banned for a reason. We're not gonna give a reason. Balance is unbalanced. We are never gonna see this card unbanned. Biorhythm, it's a card that I don't want to see unbanned. But maybe someday. Compared to Coalition Victory, which only goes to 5 color decks, it requires you to control 5 colors worth of permanents. Isn't a bit much. Could possibly come off someday. They're leaving it. If Biorhythm comes back, I won't be mad, but I'm not a fan. Emrakul. I think Emrakul should come back, man. Like, yeah, this is gonna most likely be like cheated into play. But you know, 15 mana Eldrazi burning a hole in your hand because you don't have 15 mana to cast it. I think it's fair. This is never coming back. Fast Bond. What is Fast Bond? You may put as many lands into play. Oh no, this is never coming back. Never. This is never coming back. Because as much card draw as we have right now, card draw is sort of like in abundance. This is never coming back. This would make like Green Storm like the best. You know, man, drawing cards and never running out of resources. Flash is the concession to CEDH. I don't think this is ever coming back. Golos. I am a proponent that Golos does harm in homogenizing. See, they even put that word here. Homogenizing 5 color decks. And he always goes and grabs a land, so it's really hard to keep Golos off the battlefield. If they decided to bring him back, sure. I think we've gotten a lot of really cool 5-color commanders that maybe Golos won't homogenize as much. So he might, for me, he may, let's give it like a year. Let's check it out in like a year. See if we have like really, really cool 5-color commanders that Golos doesn't eat too much of the real estate. Grizzlebrand will never come back. This card's broken. You don't want to see it come back. Hole Breacher, this is my dog. This is my dog. I fight for Hole Breacher. Card draw is too good. We're drawing way too many cards. We need a way to just punish people for drawing entirely too many cards. Hole Breacher was fair. They say there's a theoretical rejiggering of brackets where you could tell me this is acceptable, but right now, it's a no-go. Iona, Shield of Ameria. I don't particularly like Iona because this is just like reanimate this card and shut out the most popular color among players in the pod. As somebody who plays a lot of Reanimator, like this is sort of boring. But just because a card is boring doesn't mean it should be banned. I guess it could come back. But I don't care that it's banned. Leovold will never come back. Never, ever, forever, never. Limited resources. What does this card do? Whenever it comes into play, each player chooses 5 lands here controls, sacrifice the rest. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. This would be terrible. This is terrible. No. This for 1 mana? Nah. Lutri, I'm sorry. Hopefully, like, I really think they should bring back Allowed in 99 only so we can get Lutri back. And like there are certain cards that maybe can only be in the 99. Maybe like Leovold. We can get Leovold unbanned as 99 only. I still think it'd be broken. Nadu, never coming back. Paradox Engine, never coming back. Sorry, CGV, never coming back. Prime Evil Titan. As much as I think people clamoring for this card to come back, people are already annoyed with green players. I'm telling you, this will come down on like turn 4 and take over the game, and people will not be happy about it. We're going to get Field of the Dead and all types of other shenanigans and just shut down the game like immediately. I hate this card. I played against this card during Standard. This card is miserable, dog. It is miserable. If you guys really think about bringing this back, please don't. I hate this card. Prophet of Crucifix. Please never bring this card back. Please never bring Prophet of Crucifix back. It's a miserable card. We already have Seedborn Muse. We don't need Seedborn Muse number 2. Reoccurring Nightmare. We already have like the Reoccurring Nightmare Modern Horizons 3 card. Which needs a decent amount of play. The play pattern, looping creatures, interaction window. Yeah, that's the issue. Is like you don't have a. Once this is on the stack, like if you don't do something about it immediately, there's nothing you can do. But that's like a lot of cards, but it's 3 mana, so maybe it can come back. See, Rofellos should be able to come back as 99 only. Not like us green players really need this, but you know. Sundering Titan. No way in hell. blow up one of each basic land type. Nah, bro. This would be miserable. Ugh. Sylvan Primordial. If you're going to bring one back, like Primetime or Sylvan, nah, it's still terrible. I would not bring this card back. This will get blinked and cloned every which way to hell. But it is like 7 mana. Primetime's like 6. But this like destroys non-land permanents. Nah, let's not do this. Tinker, no way in hell. Tolarian Academy, no way in hell. I'm in the minority. I think you ban Gaia's Cradle and what is it? Sarah Sanctum, the enchantment version. Like, get both of those cards out too. Like, if we can't have Tolarian Academy, why do we get to have the... I mean, I understand Tolarian Academy is more broken than Gaia's Cradle. But by, like, how much of a margin? Like, for real. Get Gaia's Cradle out of here. Trade secrets, no way. Collusion. We don't want to collude in our Magic games. Unban my dog, Upheaval. I didn't know this card was banned when I got it in Modern Horizons 2. Yeah, Modern Horizons 2. Unban my dog. Unban him. Yawgmoth's Bargain. Necropotence is now a game changer. It should have been a game changer from the start. Yawgmoth's Bargain. It can probably come off. All right, so that's all the cards that they want to mention for Unbans. Let's get into the reformatting of the commander bracket. So we immediately get 2 cards that are being delisted from the Game Changer list. Trouble in Pairs and Trinisphere. Trouble in Pairs. Nah, dog. I think this is an L. This is an L. Trouble in Pairs is a good enough white equivalent to Ristic Study that this thing is bonkers in casual. This should be a game changer. Trinisphere, like who in your casual decks are playing Trinisphere? This is a CDH card. Yeah, CDH bracket 5. Stacks pieces are unfair. This is barely like a stacks piece. Like, you're mad if you're storming off, and that's about it. The Trinisphere just makes you play fair Magic. Game Changer add-on. So we're getting some cards added to the Game Changers. 18 in total. Let's go down the list. T-Pro, obvious. This is literally a game changer. I use Teferi's protection for petty reasons. Like not being able to blow up my lands. But yeah, T-Pro, game changer. It's a ridiculous card. Humility, another one that we pointed out. Go and check out that episode. Humility is a humiliating card to have cast and you be a creature deck. Nah, dog. Like this thing should be a game changer. Yeah, it's a miserable card to have on the battlefield and have to deal with as a creature deck. Narset, Bowmasters, and Notion Thief. Orky Bow, I don't think should be a game changer because it doesn't really punish card draw. It just It usually destroys creatures. So like honestly, like is that punishing somebody for drawing cards? No, because you can kill somebody's creatures who didn't draw the cards. So Jim could be drawing 15 cards and then your board gets blown up. Notion Thief, I guess it stops people from drawing cards. Narset should not be on this list. It's a planeswalker. It only has a -2. Like it is so easy to kill this. Like these can be spot removed. Cool. You can literally attack into Narset. Like they have to have. I guess the thing is going to be like you could use a wheel. Sure. You have to have like Narset and play the wheel at the same time. Like you can't just like play Narset as like a stacks piece and it do anything because people will just kill the Narset. So don't agree. I guess. And honestly, I don't even think Wheels is like a good enough archetype for us to be like concerned. Like, Wheel of Fortune, it's like a $300 card, and that's what the archetype is like based off of. There are honestly like 3 good wheel cards, and then the other ones are like super fucking jank. Like, come on. Intuition is the card that Gift Ungiven is like. Obvious game changer. Obvious. Consecrated Sphinx, yeah. And this is exactly why we need cards like these. We need more cards like these to stop cards like this. Necropotence. I think it was the most obvious, one of the more obvious ones that should have been on the game changer that wasn't. I'm surprised they put Necro Dominance here too. I guess Necro Dominance does have like more of a downside, but they're essentially like the same card. Like if I can't play Necropotence in my bracket 2, I probably shouldn't be playing Necro Dominance in my bracket 2. Deflecting SWAT. I was watching CGB stream early. He was so salty about Deflecting SWAT being a game changer. Like it's essentially like a free counter spell. Like as many times as I've been watching like CEDH, like Deflecting SWAT is just like a counter spell. It's your red counter spell. It's free. That is the distinction. Like it doesn't hit like everything. No, but it hits enough. It hits enough that it being a free fuck you, it should be a game changer. It was an outlier. The argument is, do you think like subtlety should be on the list? I don't know. Maybe. But Deflecting SWAT definitely should, because like the requirement is to have your commander out. Gamble, Crop Rotation, and Worldly Tutor. Worldly Tutor should be here. Gamble, I guess. Like these are like tutors. Like I think they just need to like the same thing as they like when they state like land destruction, or mass land denial MLD. These just need to be under the tutor category. Like, I think we should have like base, like, if you want to say 2 mana or less tutors are considered in the tutor category and you can't run more than a few, sure. Crop rotation is a powerful card. I don't think it's in the same realm as the other ones. So I don't agree with crop rotation. Like, I think like the most of the time that people are crop rotating, it's to get one of the 2 lands that you can flash, Field of the Dead, and let me think, the land that phases out a permanent. And then, like, if you're playing like a janky gate stack, sure. I don't think this belongs. But I think the distinction is 1 mana tutors. Yeah, 1 mana tutors. Seedborn Muse, obvious. Should have been here in the beginning. Another thing to note when they're going over this, I think they're removing the term precon from bracket 2 because some precons have more powerful cards than them that get put in there. So they're removing the term bracket 2 being for precons because sometimes a precon has very powerful cards in them that might be, if not already a game changer, might get put on the game changer. So they just want to cover that up, so that's never a mistake. Natural order is broken. It should be a game changer, obviously. Food chain, no one plays a fair food chain. It's never happened. Aura shards. Yeah, Aura shards is a problem. Like, it sort of is because it's just like turn by turn. It's essentially like a stack piece is like, hey, bro, as long as I'm playing creatures, you can't have artifacts or enchantments because I might just decide to blow it up. So yeah, if an Aura Shard comes out, I'm holding all my artifacts and enchantments unless like they don't do anything or they're 1-shots. Field of the Dead. I guess some people are saying that Field of the Dead doesn't belong here. Field of the Dead makes too many bodies for being a land. Like honestly, like most cards that either are man lands or like tap to make a creature, those cards are pretty good, right? Maybe not in Commander, but they're still like pretty good cards. Field of the Dead's restriction is not a restriction. It really isn't. You can win a game with just Field of the Dead. Like you can, and I've seen it happen. Field of the Dead is too powerful for a land not to be a game changer. Like making 3 zombies, being able to block and like having enough life to survive a turn to win happens more often than most people will recognize. Field of the Dead obviously should be a game changer. Mishra's Workshop, nobody has this card. Obviously should be a game changer. So some cards, let's see. I want to tackle the category that are legendary creatures. Originally, we had a couple others flagged for inclusion. However, ultimately, there are a lot of powerful commanders out there, and your commander is your face-up thing everybody knows about before the game starts. It's an easy road to start adding Circa, Corvold, Edgar, Ur-Dragon, all the stuff. But if you're playing commander and hey, I'm gonna play my Joda the Unifier, dog, you know what you're running into. Yeah, like Tergrid. I don't even think Tergrid's that bad. People are so afraid of this card. But Grand Arbiter, Yuriko, Urza, yeah. Like, they should be game changers. Corvold is still a really strong commander that I could see being a game changer. But sometimes it doesn't do the thing. Edgar, honestly, I don't think it's that bad. Ur-Dragon, honestly, not that bad. Joda's broke. Like, Joda should probably be a game changer. Like, this card is bonkers. Adraxa, not that bad. Oh man, here's my bad take. Here's my hot take. Farewell is a perfectly fine card. I do not understand why people are so upset by it. What did they say? This card is incredibly powerful, catch-all board wipe. It can be frustrating, have the game reset in this fashion. However, 6-mana reset button does also curb people getting out of hand just the same. This is my exact point. Like, we can't have games where like these busted commanders and all these busted cards are in play and these are fine to play, and the answer to these cards not be as broken. Like, how many times have you board wiped and then somebody untaps and it looks like a board wipe didn't even happen? I am usually that person who thanks for board wiping, dog. Now I'm way ahead of everybody else. Yeah, dude, like farewell is it's not even evil. I was about to say necessary evil. Nah, farewell is just an excellent card. Alms collector, people were really? Really? Surprised. You may have not asked about this card. Oh, okay. But we did want to bring it up because of the cards that did make the list. We elected not to hit this card because it only punished people for drawing more than one card, does not punish additional draws. Okay. Mana drain, this shouldn't be a game changer. It's okay. Mystic Remora. No, this should be a game changer. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Force of Will. No way. This is like, honestly, almost any form of free interaction that doesn't have like a super heavy cost should probably be a game changer. That's why I was sort of struggling on subtlety. Should subtlety be a game changer? And maybe it should. Force of Will is a bonkers card. Like, there's no way that you can take this off. You can't even think about putting mana drain here and taking Force of Will off. That wouldn't even make any sense. Nah, you have to leave. This is like to me, like the first, when I think of a game changer, like Force of Will for blue is like one of the first cards. Time Twister and Wheel of Fortune. Let me see. These are powerful cards. Power effects and rate can have an impact on the cards listed. For example, Demonic Tutor, sure. However, these cards often fun, played on their own, not as much when, Sure, no, these are fun. I wish these cards weren't $1 billion. Like, I hate that both, like, the two cards that are, like, iconic for, like, the wheel deck are $1 billion. Like, I think if we were going to take some cards off the reserve list, these need to go. These need to go. Wheel of Fortune is not such a. Every time they print a card that's sort of like Wheel of Fortune without it being Wheel of Fortune, they're terrible, terrible cards. This just needs to come off. This just needs to come off. Or you just need to reprint a almost duplicate version of Wheel of Fortune. Like, if it was like Wheel of Fortune, but you only draw 5 cards, sure. But like we need like a good version of Wheel of Fortune that is playable, that people don't feel like that they either have to proxy or pay like $1 billion for. Wow, really? Great Pact and Dictate. A small doses are fun, but yeah, I guess like these essentially when you have the setup can just be like, nah, you don't get to play creatures. But again, I think enchantment removal is pretty prominent. Yeah. Nah, I don't think these are. They're close to being game changers, but like too much stuff has to be going on for them to be like really good. Hey, Necro Dominance. See, I called it. With Necropotence going on the list, we discussed this card as well. We decided it's not reached the same bar as Necropotence does. Okay. I can sort of see it. My question is like, do you think a bracket 2 could play Necro Dominance and it not be broken? That's where my with the way the bracket system is currently set up, do you think a bracket 2 could play Necro Dominance and like people not be pissed off? Maybe. Cruder Hoof is certainly true. This card ends games. Yeah. Cruder Hoof is not a game changer. It's a game ender. Some of the game changers are game enders. But like you specifically need to have a board. Like Crater Hoof by itself does nothing. Like you need a decent amount of creatures to make Crater Hoof to be a thing. The Great Hinge, nah, dog. This one had people on both sides absolutely could take over a game and let the player snowball and card advantage. It can also be interacted with, sure. I feel that like even with somebody who when the Great Hinge came out, people didn't necessarily immediately recognize how bonkers this card was, and I picked it up for very, very cheap. Even then, like have like sometimes you'll only have like a 4-power creature, and then this will still be like 5 mana. It's still a really good card for 5 mana. But like a creature having a really, really high power. If you're not specifically playing like big creature deck, Great Hinge can be sort of expensive to play. Like sometimes this will be like your entire turn, and then you might have a 2 mana or 3 mana play after this. And it is pretty bonkers. It could be a game changer. I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. All of the find a creature. We wanted to hit natural order because its ability to tutor anything 4 mana directly onto the battlefield. These tutors do find something. Yeah, they're not insufficient. Core of the Calling is really good. Especially when you have a whole bunch of creatures. But you still have to put like a decent amount of mana in these. We are in green, sure, we have the ability to do that. But are they game changers? I don't think so. Not in the way that natural order is. Like 3 mana Green Sun Zenith, cool. 2 mana Finale of Devastation, cool. And then of course Finale of Devastation could be like a Crater Huff effect. I don't think it's necessarily like a game changer. Tooth and Nail, nah, dog. It's funny. It always comes back to Crater Huff. Defense of the Heart. Defense of the Heart should be a game changer, dog. Defense of the Heart should be a game changer. People do not play this card. This card is broken. This card is absolutely broken. People do not play enough of this card. This thing should be a game changer. Soul Ring's never going to be a game changer. I'm sorry. I'm not even going to read any of this. Soul Ring will never be a game changer. Eat your heart out. Okay, let me read this. We want to give the brackets an update list for game changers. Time to soak. While we do anticipate making edges to the game changer list in the future, a massive addition like you've seen today is not something we generally want to do. Our goal today was to expand upon what was laid out, blah, 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 blah. In the meantime, we would like to use the remainder of the year to focus on writing and crystallizing commander brackets. Sure, to keep up regular touch points with all of you, we're going to be reinstating quarterly checkups. That's cool. That's cool. The only thing I think that needs to happen with game changers, and I think people are starting to figure this out. Bracket 4 is too big. And I've been saying this. The leap from bracket 3 to bracket 4, it's too huge. It's too big of a leap. If I decide that like my deck is stronger than a bracket 3, I essentially have to be okay with like going up against like mini CEDH decks. Which is sort of insane. There needs to be maybe up to 6. We need a bracket that separates like, hey, this is still casual commander. This is still casual commander, and we are on the higher side of casual commander, but we aren't like, hey, this this commander is silly, but I'm playing all the cards that would make the CEDH. Like, the difference between, like, having 4 or 5 game changers and all of them is huge. It's huge. They need to put something there. Bracket 4's power differential is way too big. That's where we typically sit somewhere between 3 and 4. I'm actually somebody who doesn't play a lot of game changers. I don't like the crutch, but I build my decks to, kill on turn like 7 and 8, like pretty consistently. Those are definitely like bracket. They're not bracket 3. These are like bracket 4 type decks. But bracket 4 is enormous. They need to do something about bracket 4. But those are the changes. Again, if you like this type of content, please like, comment, and subscribe to the Larrys. We're trying to hit this 500 so we can start giving more content for you guys. That allows us to set up members. That allows us to think about starting a Patreon. Please, we are trying to hit this 500. Please help us hit this 500 by subscribing. We need you to subscribe. We need you to like. We need you to comment, please. And thank you. Again, I am your honorable sensei. Across from me is nobody, but we are still Longturnlarry Podcast. Bitches.